Hey, it's the Foster's After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight we're breaking down Season 5, Episode 12, called #I Was Made in America, and here to help us do it is Hayden Byerly and Kalama Epstein. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello! It's the Foster's After Show.
Here we are.
Thanks for being here. We've got Hayden Byerly and Kalama Harris. Presidential Huffo.
Big fan. I'm excited for you to run.
Did I say it wrong? Is she not
Former
here?
Attorney General.
I voted for her. She's our senator. Did y'all vote? Can you vote?
No.
Are you 5?
Wait, can you?
I'm 4.
I thought so. So we're here. I'm Jeffrey Masters. Let's do some intros. Next to me.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah Prichard. Y'all can tweet at me at the Hotshot Dude.
I'm Jillian Leff. You can tweet me at Jillian Leff. And as always, I will be monitoring the hashtag. You can hashtag me at ABTVFosters, and hopefully your question will make it on air.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi. You can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi. But if you want me to talk to you, find me on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi. Let's be real.
Fantastic.
She's still looking for those follows, man. She's like, and
I don't blame her. Okay, we have a lot of Joa updates to talk about. I think that we need to talk about the more important things, just like to kick it off. We're gonna get to Joa, and I just think it's too big to pass up. We need to focus on the fact that Wyatt teaches Pilates.
Yes, I agree.
This was a big secret.
I knew it all.
You knew it? How did you know?
Really. I just felt it. You know, I just felt like Wyatt was into something like that.
Was this like season 2? They've been like trying to like work the storyline
Yeah,
in?
they've really thought this out for a long time, for years, and they're like, where do we incorporate this? How does this make any sense?
See, like, I pegged him more as, like, a LARPer, perhaps. Maybe not a Pilates instructor. Live-action role play for you nerds out there that don't know what that means.
It's
the
funny
nerds
you
know
mentioned.
what it means.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned pegging him for things, because like I didn't think of that in his future, but like I could definitely see that happening. You know, he's got that long hair. Hayden was telling us earlier about the Pilates scene that's coming up next episode of the whole family.
Yeah. Totally.
It's gonna be good.
Shout out to that.
A lot of spandex.
Noah joins in.
Yeah, everyone's in like tank tops and sweatbands, and
Ready to go.
That actually seems like Noah's mom's alley.
Oh, totally.
probably.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
she's
feel like
into some yoga.
Yeah, I feel like when she's not being a pastor, she's like
Right. She loves Jesus, weed, and Pilates.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does.
the Holy Trinity.
That's her Twitter bio.
She's the Pilates pastor.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There is
know-
a gym at the church.
Yeah,
There we
let's
go.
bring them together.
Is
Let's
there?
relax our bodies, center ourselves, and then find God.
Get a little high.
Yep. And then that.
That's how you really find God.
Oh, you find him. You'll shake his hand.
Talk about a gateway.
Oh man. So Jude in this episode is doing the game, what are we calling it? The computer thing.
The gamers.
Gamers.
Put emphasis on gamers.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
I'm upset about that. Honestly, I thought I was like, that's just like a really bad pun that's gonna stick with this the whole time this happens.
Yeah.
Because it's cool and it makes sense that they want to like kind of center it and incorporate it around these two gay guys, but at the same time, I feel like it's like the worst title for them. I feel like it's the worst.
And yet, your character's like 15-ish. Like that would be a name you would think of at
14.
15 and 14.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah, I mean, it's basically just like the easiest thing. It's like, well, we're two gay guys and a girl. Perfect. That's a
Right.
genius
Wow.
name.
I like how y'all don't have names. It's just, hi, I'm girl.
Yeah.
I'm
for
gay
real.
guy, and I'm the other gay guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes a less cute one.
Right.
That's the script's lines, not mine, okay? Everybody back off, don't at me. And so we have the introduction of #Declude. Is that the hashtag?
Yeah, declude, dayclude.
I was saying like declude, and then
Yeah.
somebody was like, no.
You can't say dick, I don't
De.
think.
Pronounce the de. Like the director was like, de. Pronounce the
De.
It's declude, not
I wish I
declude.
was there when you were saying that scene.
No, I was saying I was
Because
getting
we
harassed.
didn't film that. I'm sure people know, but we didn't film the scene together. Someone else read with me during that scene with Kalama and I on the computer screen. We didn't read with each other for those.
I could
So-
feel it. There was like an energy missing, you know, like that chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. The technology between us, some Black Mirror stuff. But that was the thing that was kind of interesting is that when you do those scenes, it's a little weird because I think in a scene you always know where to go with something. You always know, like, okay, I'm being a little too big for this. But in that moment, you're kind of like, he's upset and I'm kind of upset at it. So it's like, how upset are we right now? Like, you don't want to cut to Jude, like, screaming at the computer and Noah being like, that's just really rude. I'm upset at you.
That's true.
Like, it doesn't work. But that scene was
It ended up
interesting. It looked good.
It looked good.
But
Yeah.
the whole
There was-
Declu thing was...
There was kind of an abrupt ending to that scene.
Yes.
So a lot of people on the chat are saying, is this the end of Joa? I don't know if you
Absolutely
guys
not.
can answer that, but I mean, how do you get
better watch
over
that face.
as Noah? How do you get over something like that? I mean, you see your man macking on another guy.
Noah's doing exactly
I mean-
what he needs to do.
Yeah, I think Noah's completely in the right in this situation.
I
As
agree.
much, as I think this is something that Noah can definitely get over, but it's I think looking at it from like a realistic perspective, people make mistakes, and sometimes as much as I'd be just as pissed as Noah is, sometimes you don't realize what you're implying truly, and maybe in Jude's eyes it was just completely innocent, and just giving it back to Declan, when in Noah's eyes it's like, what are you doing, dude?
I mean, like, flirting is fun. Like, it is.
Yeah, but-
It, like, that innocent. I mean, obviously nothing has come of it.
Mhm.
But, like, when you're performing, when you're acting, so you're performing in front of the camera for these, like, streamers.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you're feeding into whatever energy he's given out, and, like, that's just what happened.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like any type of media that you see where there's some fake drama. It's to spark up controversy, and it does, build this platform that you have. Sadly so, a lot of people flock to drama and negative attention. That's just kind of what happens and how the media is. So for them to have that kind of chemistry on screen, it works really well for them. And, I think that there's a lot of thoughts going through Jude's mind when he does that, and I do think that in a certain place he has this ignorant, like, innocence where he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, like, I don't know what the problem is, like you said, nothing happened, it was just flirting.
Being
But,
a bit naive, yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't flirt with other women when I'm with, like, even whether I'm with my girlfriend or not, and I would hope she doesn't do the same. But I think the worst part is when you see it happen. I think that's what hurts Noah, is that even if it is innocent, he has to watch his boyfriend flirt with some guy in front of all these people. Like,
Yeah, I
that
think, like,
really sucks.
I think, like, yeah, even though it's innocent, it's still like they're not at a point in the relationship where it's not like they've been married for 20 years and it's like, okay, whatever.
And gaming has already been a problem.
It's like gaming's already been a problem, and you have, even though he's flirting, like, Noah still feels betrayed by this. Like, even though it's innocent in its own sense, he feels very betrayed by this seemingly innocent thing, but it's, they don't have the trust that a couple who has been together for a very long time has. And so there's not that, like,
Comfort.
super, super strong foundation there where it's like, okay, I trust this person wholeheartedly. I know what they're, like, I know they wouldn't do anything. It's that fear of, like, who knows? Like, maybe the flirting could go somewhere else.
Yeah, I can imagine too that for Jude, this is the first time that we've seen someone so overtly flirting with him, and that just feels good.
Right.
That attention. It's like, it's new, and it's like, what is this? This is awesome.
It's also different. For one, it's live, so there's some truth in it. And I think that if I was Noah, I'd be like, okay, I get some of it, but now you're doing too much. So calm down. And then I just think that you guys also don't have a lot of like boys who are out your age. So it's probably something kind of interesting and fun and new just to be around, and they don't know how to handle it. Whereas like if it was like just a girlfriend, you'd have all the girls in your class trying to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different like situation.
So what is, a couple weeks ago, they finally announced that the show was going to end with this season. They're going to do 3 episodes this summer, and then a spin-off with maybe characters, maybe not. Well, not definitely characters, but we don't know exactly who. Besides Cierra and Maia. What is the vibe like on set? Like, what are the conversations about it?
I think that the biggest thing is that everyone's so thankful and happy that we've made it 5 years. 100 episodes is a huge mark, and I think that especially nowadays, not a lot of shows are getting to that point, especially on Freeform, to see a lot of shows come and go, and to to meet people and work with them and really develop a relationship, and then not see them come along with you is sad. So I think it's definitely interesting to see that we're a part of that. We're changing and all moving on and having to, continue within our careers and lives outside of this. But at the same time, the spinoff and the show, it is still the same people. It is Maia and Cierra for sure. And I know Joanna is really into it. I know Peter and Brad are also a part of it, but Joanna's really taken the head on this. And so you have a lot of the same people that are going to be creating a lot of incredible stories and doing a lot that we've seen in the Fosters. Because the biggest thing, as opposed to, that includes this episode, is how big the DACA storyline is.
Yeah.
And it's perfect timing. Like, it's incredible how well this has all worked out because of the way everything is right now in America. And so I think that this spinoff will continue to do that. It will continue to be that way. But, two 25-year-old girls in Los Angeles, and they have a lot of possibilities to do a lot of incredible things.
Yeah. You mentioned, too, the show's been on air for 5 years. It also survived a network rebrand, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, especially when all of the shows took a huge hit and really had a hard time and really struggled with getting ratings back and jumping back up. But I mean, the wonderful thing about the Fosters is that we've only grown in size over the years. Even in our 5th year, we're now the #1 show rated on Freeform on the network. And so it's incredible to see that even though it is the end, so many people are still so involved with this show and care about it so much.
They have the biggest audience in Freeform?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're the #1 rated show.
I just think it's they fly under the radar. Obviously, we like it.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm thinking wasn't Pretty Little Liars on Freeform?
It was.
Right, but they're gone.
But I'm just thinking that buzz was everywhere, whereas the Fosters was able to build this really big following without feeling like it was the biggest thing ever, which is has its pluses and minuses,
Yeah.
I've always talked about that. Is that sometimes you do have that moment where you're like, that is the biggest show, and then you see it and you really delve into this blanket. You kind of come through and you open your eyes to all of the people that really support the show, and you're like, oh my god, this is nuts. This is just this underground cult of people that support this incredible show.
Yeah, it's
Hayden,
amazing.
I love having you on the show.
I love being on the show.
Just hearing.
I love
I'm like,
being
yes, man. He always just
Is this your,
talk,
is
baby,
this your
talk.
6th time?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
6?
I think so. I mean, that's the thing, is that I'll always come back.
Yeah.
I don't shut up.
I
It's like,
love
podcasts are the
it.
best because I just gotta talk, and that's what I do best.
We're Hayden, the show's over. We're not on air anymore.
You're not on the podcast. They're like, this is not for the Fosters. Why are you in here? It's like, guys, listen, I know a lot, all right? Trust me.
So going off that, I think we need to talk about what is going on with Steph. Y'all know.
Yeah.
As far as we've seen right now, she has died. No, she has not died. She's having an issue in bed.
Yeah.
And-
So
do you
this
think
this episode was a little bit different because we know that Mike is aware that she's having an issue. Now Brandon realizes that something's wrong, especially in that embrace. It was such an emotional moment, and we barely saw Brandon this episode, but that was actually a really important moment to sort of guide us to the next moment. And I think that sort of made Steph realize that she actually does need to speak up to her partner about her problems. And I think it all stems from her not wanting to burden anybody with an issue that she's going through. Now, do we know why she can't breathe and why something is wrong? I think that it has to do with anxiety. That's just my take because I have had an anxiety attack before, and
That's what it looks like.
very much like that, where you can't breathe and you don't know what to do, and all she wanted was comfort and somebody to be next to her. So,
Did you also have small signs throughout the coming days before of that this might be on its way?
Well, Steph's is a little bit different because in my personal experience, I can never tell when an anxiety attack is going to happen. Maybe something will, job stress or crowds or sometimes, people know their triggers, but you never know when it's going to happen and how bad it's going to be. It could be a small one. It could be a really bad one where she's laying in bed and she has to wake up her partner because she... Right. I mean, you could tell. You can't catch your breath no matter how hard you try.
Some people have said, and what I've been told about mine it's the calm before the storm. So one person told me once that maybe when I get them is when everything's kind of okay, which there isn't a lot going on right now. But I think that sometimes the body or the mind and subconsciously we're so used to so much chaos in our life that when something is okay or I don't know if the word is stagnant, but just normal, that you're waiting for that bad thing to happen again because we're going through roller coasters and we're so used to our bodies and adrenaline going through the bad stuff that when everything's okay, it's as if it catches up. So I feel as if because there is still a lot going on, but nothing crazy that it could be something like that. Also, it's funny how when Brandon, she needed, once you address the stress, because no one has said it yet, it's as if she heard it, it kind of registered, and that's what kind of allowed her to break down a little bit. And Teri Polo's holding of emotion,
dude, she's killing it.
Is un-effing believable.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I'm a white man in America, so I don't have anxiety. But I was envisioning during the Brandon and during their hug, and then she plays piano, I was envisioning him just plucking out like a beautiful song and her having a heart attack on the couch, and because he's playing so loud, he can't hear her like gasping for air, and then her dying. And I was like, please don't kill off Steph in this episode. Like, give us one more.
Kudos to Claire de Lune, by the way. You see, whoever chose that, I love you.
I said to Kalama, they've always done the music, and it's always been so
It's so
beautiful.
perfect.
Yes.
Claire de Lune is such a reflective song for any person. Should you find yourself in that moment, listen to that.
The music's amazing. Oh my god, when Callie had her big moment at the DACA March parade talk, whatever it was with that woman, I was envisioning "This Is Me" from Showman, which is everywhere right now, just playing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
I haven't seen it. I
This is
have
me
no
from
idea.
Camp Rock.
Oh god, no, The Greatest Showman. It's just
Also-
everywhere.
That's what I want. I want this to be from
I
Camp
don't know
Rock.
what Camp Rock is.
Okay,
Please.
You haven't heard the Demi Lovato song "This Is Me"?
Oh my
Oh wow, Jeff, I need to
So
school you after
good.
this episode.
No. Let's talk on Steph for a second, though. I'm just writing us. The birthday party gave us the brilliant gift of the return of Jenna,
Jenna, thank
I love
God.
her.
I needed to see that bitch one more time.
especially in
Yeah.
those leather pants.
Yeah, she was rocking it.
She looked great.
Yeah.
She really did.
So ratchet. Jenna is
I love when you
so-
laugh like that, buddy.
Max, that's again.
Because it's like,
getting hot. It's getting
girl,
hot.
fall back. And Stephanie was right. Like, you would think after your marriage, you'd calm down. But it's, you know what? When
No,
you're
that's
hurt,
when you amp it
hey,
up.
I was
Hurt
gonna
people,
say.
hurt others. And she's still hurt.
Is
So
that
she's
how is that
like-
actress in real life?
She's incredible.
Wasted.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
She's definitely in the best way. Like coming from one crazy person to another, she's definitely like crazy.
I
But
love that.
She's a great crazy. She's a really sweet person. And it's really those scenes are always great. I loved being on set that day when we went through that whole stuff and everything. I was there for my reaction.
Yeah,
to
you had your moment.
Overhearing some of the stuff that she said. But it's always such a fun day getting to be on set with her. Like it's really cool.
So here's the question for you guys. Opinion.
Yes.
Do you think that Jenna was stepping out of line acting the way she did towards Tess?
I have my answer. Do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Entirely. 110%.
I was gonna say the same thing.
110%.
I know what you mean, but I kind of like do the same thing, especially with the alcohol. I'd be like, yes, tell me my best friend's all of her secrets from high school.
Right. Well,
I think that it's more so what your intention is. I think that if she's asking Tess to go out, as in like, a girls' night, having fun, totally. Like, you shouldn't be restricted on the people that you hang out with and who you go out with because of their sexual orientation or their sex. Like, she shouldn't, like, Tess shouldn't go out just because she's a lesbian. Like,
Right.
And I think it's cool that Dean is cool with it.
I don't know what they talked about in Mexico.
Well,
right.
the thing
That's what
is,
I'm like, seriously.
Oh, I don't think
Yeah.
they went to Mexico.
They might have just went to like couples retreat.
True. I don't think he is cool with it. I think that she may have said her feelings for other women potentially.
Or he peeped it out or something. He's
Well, and
He-
he's
he
just
had
kind of
some-
like letting
He's
it
not a fool.
happen.
He saw some things happening with his
It's
wife.
probably like
Yeah.
Ross with Carol. You know, in Friends? No?
Yeah.
That's way
I
back.
feel you.
Yes.
Y'all probably don't know about that.
I do.
do?
What? Are you kidding me? I've seen Friends like 4 times.
Okay.
What?
I'm sorry.
I love that show.
Perdón.
I don't believe you. No, Dean had some eyes that were like, uh-oh, like, is this the woman I married?
Damn, but talk
Is
about
this the little boy I
patience.
cared for?
Oh no.
I don't think they went to Mexico. I think when Steph was like, yo, Cancun, rad, right? Drinks,
Cabo.
yes, margaritas, Cabo. And he was like, yeah, of course, I'm gonna stick up for my wife.
Or maybe they went to Cabo and she got drunk there too, and then he walked in on her and the maid and was like,
The maid.
"Oh,
I want to see that.
Yeah, dude.
That's the
what I
spin-off.
wanted
That's the
to-
spin-off.
That's the
You're
spin-off.
watching
Everybody-
Too
That's the
Many
first scene in the
Telenovelas.
spin-off.
That's exactly what happens.
Oh, what a way to
Take
kick
a
off
trip
that
back.
show.
Oh my god. Maybe, I don't know, he needs like checker into Girls United. I'm just saying. I just want to applaud this
Rosie.
scene because they employed every lesbian background actor in Hollywood.
Right.
And I'm so proud of my people getting work, Just, we need that.
Sure.
We need that.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, Lena. Let's talk about the school system.
Yes.
I love that Lena got a backbone this episode.
Yeah.
I also like that someone needed to tell her to do it.
And
Like,
it
I
was,
don't know.
and it was Timothy of
Timmy.
all people.
It was Tiny
love
Tim.
him.
Wow.
Timothy?
Oh, but he's
Like-
great.
Man, we slept on him. Like, come on. I didn't think he was
good.
coming
They
back.
didn't sleep with him. They had a specimen.
No.
You're right. So funny.
No, when she...
Firm donor joke.
Thank you. I got one fan. Someone thinks I'm funny. No, I thought it was women, to make broad generalizations backed up by science, do not ask for raises. They don't ask for promotions. They don't do that historically. You know, just these are facts. These are data points. Here's a PowerPoint. I'm just saying, you know,
Because people like to say no to us. So.
that too. And,
Steph's like, hold on.
and it's like when in job negotiation, when you get the job, that like just like as a statistic, women don't ask for more money and men do because they've been trained. And so it's good to see a woman who's like, oh great, I can ask for what I want.
Yeah, she needed to. Drew, you needed to get fired, and Lauren, you need to resign.
And
Get
she
it.
didn't just ask for something that she wanted. She like employed the entire school to like back her as well. They can't turn her down now.
Because she deserves it. And I
Absolutely.
think that's the biggest thing is that you're right, is that not enough women in history have. The thing is that psychologically speaking, a lot of women don't do that because they have had it beaten to their brains that they're not supposed
Yeah.
to, and they're supposed to be the submissive and really timid species or sex. And the thing is, Lena knows she deserves that, and every other teacher has been with her and stood by her. And so it's like, you're gonna say no to the whole school
Right.
for some, pardon my French, some dickhead who almost sold it off to make condos? Like,
Yep.
Yeah, and like,
Love you.
yeah, and people don't get promotions all the time and they do deserve it. So I think like it's good that she like had backup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she
her
wasn't
crew.
I think she was completely in line with what happened, and she deserves it. And this showed me her strength. We knew that she was a strong person, right? I mean, throughout the whole 5 seasons, we know she's a strong lady. But this episode in particular, from the beginning of the episode, her talking to Nick and telling him to stay away from Mariana, on top of give me what you know, very blunt. You know, her behavior is just like, it's kind of amazing. Like, I'm like loving this person who she's become.
It's like Mama Tiger is back out.
Yeah.
And I think it's like when her kids are in danger, be it Mariana with Nick or with all of the kids at school, she's like clear-eyed and focused.
Yeah.
And it's like so much fun to watch.
Absolutely.
I feel like she's always been like that, though.
She has, but you know, she's smart too. She's not going to go in on anybody unless she has the backup. So it was helpful
Yeah.
that Timothy came through and said, look, I got a petition. Go ahead. And she's like, oh, word? Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then she went in there and set shit straight.
I mean, there's no doubt in any of her minds that she doesn't get the job, right?
I mean,
Dude, she's already acted like the principal of the school the entire series.
I will
in my
see
opinion.
because
like,
Lauren
she's already
seems
run it.
difficult as F.
I don't know. I want to say yes, but also we never really know
Yeah.
with this show.
I'm just thinking you can't lose all your teachers.
True.
You're right.
Listen, the school stuff's gonna work out because Steph's gonna die, so they gotta keep the school. I'm just
Jesus
saying.
Christ. Excuse
That's
me
what's gonna
again.
happen.
This has been her theory.
Oh
What a
my god!
prediction.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think
What a
I think it is bad anxiety. And may I add?
But what about the breathing?
No,
Like,
because
I mean,
and
like
the
the way.
shoulders. That even Brandon mentioned what I said because Steph carries everything. I think it's just a lot of anxiety. And she doesn't like to talk about it. Women, people need to vent. They need to speak.
But
and
the,
it's
like the raspy voice thing, I feel like they wouldn't have done that for no reason. You know what I mean? That I'm like, is there a lung issue?
no, there's
like,
what is metaphysicis? I don't know. It's like the mental connection to all sicknesses. Sometimes people get really sick. Bad things happen. You can fucking lose your hair. You know what I'm saying? When you hold in emotions.
Okay.
So I think that this is a real like. I don't think she has to die, but I definitely think. I don't think she has to die, but I feel as if
she's gonna die.
no, but the anxiety could definitely be a huge thing, like a panic thing where she just has to calm down. Either that or the cancer reloops or is back.
Do you actually think she'll die, Hannah? Are you
Yeah,
joking?
no, I really do.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure.
I really do.
like later in the season or earlier?
No, later. Like
Okay.
end.
I hate when you ask questions. I always have to look at your face. He's so good at not giving anything away.
I'm telling you, we're gonna get our Dawson's Creek ending. Everybody's gonna be crying. That's why.
I'm not convinced.
Me neither.
And now I'm just gonna be disappointed. Even though I love stuff, now I've like told myself that so much that now I'll just be disappointed.
Without telling you the ending, I mean, everyone's gonna be crying. Whether it's like a happy sad or just a sad, like I've been talking to Kalama, like this season, and Steph's storyline in particular, for me personally, and I think Kalama as well, hits hard.
Oh,
yeah.
And Teri does so incredible
She's so great.
with this storyline and how brutal it is, and the journey and path that she takes,
Oh my gosh.
and the struggle she goes through. It's
Yeah.
really remarkable.
punch you in your face.
Oh my god.
No big deal, guys.
Why are you accepting this like an award right now?
I mean, granted,
Thank you so much to the Academy.
I legit cry by the end of every episode anyways, so...
But she's good.
And I've also cried once. So speaking of crying, like Jimena does, Callie and Jimena
I was waiting for that.
Making
for the
out.
kiss.
Yes,
I was obsessed with Callie's reaction.
Yeah, agreed.
Because Callie's a G. She's like, man, everybody be on my jock. It doesn't matter where they're like, everybody. So she wasn't surprised. She's like, of course.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Jimena's
Do we
sexy.
think that Callie is straight?
Callie's a lover.
Yeah.
She is all about the energy. She's like, where is my heart? Where is your heart? And are we being real with each other?
Yeah.
I'm okay if people are straight. Like, I don't judge them for it, but I just think that she's never like explicitly like said that.
Do we really need to label things though, Jeff? Is that what you're about? Labels?
I labels are what I wear. I'm just thinking like it would be an interesting choice if she like tried it out. I don't know.
Do you
I
think
think
she
she's
will?
getting to the age where it happens.
Do you think she will? I mean, like, because we don't know of any experience Callie has ever had with any other person and with Aaron and everything.
No, I think that Callie's response will be much like one of my favorite singers, Pink. Where Pink, there was rumors for years that she was gay or bisexual, and Pink came out and said, hey, I want to be very clear. I'm a massive ally to the community, but I am straight, and I think it's important to say that because I am. And that's okay, and I can still be a massive ally.
Yeah. I legit thought you were going to make a joke when you said Pink, and I was like, oh, God, here
No,
we
I
go.
love Pink. Her new
And I was
album's
like,
amazing.
oh, no, legit, that's great.
I do think it was a nice moment because obviously, like, Jimena has been by herself, and this person has been advocating for her, and really her like only advocate besides her lawyer in this whole thing, and somebody that like intensely cares about her. And if that was her genuine reaction, then I appreciate what happened. And obviously, she had to have some sense that Callie was okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't think that it means that they're going to be together, because I do think that there's still a very strong connection between Callie and Aaron, and Callie's still wanting to see where that goes, see where that friendship goes, and if that goes anywhere else. But I do think that in the moment, it was a very sweet thing.
I agree.
Also, Jimena is so happy and excited like by the news. It makes sense that like she like wants to show affection
Right.
Yeah.
in any way
And
possible.
she's been alone. Human touch is so important. It's
Yeah.
like the one person that she had to embrace. And Callie, fortunately, by nature, I think that's why people are drawn to her, is so accepting. So you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Also, I love the signs that she made. Like, we're led to believe that she made the signs for the protest, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
They're great. They're so good.
So good.
I thought like I got chills. I thought it was great. And as we were talking earlier, that it's like so
Me too.
topical and timely in the most like devastating way.
It's a shame that it's something that's so common and big and really being pushed in America, and that so many people share the same ideals and values, that for some reason some people have more of a right to be in this country than others.
Right.
Right.
And actually,
And-
too, if you like this storyline, Freeform announced that they're actually remaking Party of Five, but instead of the parents dying, they were getting deported.
Oh, God, that gave me chills.
Yeah.
That's
so,
nuts.
yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Party of Five.
No.
Yeah, so,
I haven't seen it, but I'm aware-
yeah, the parents passed away and the kids raised each other, essentially, on the show.
Oh, wow.
So instead of that, it's going to deal with the DACA and all of that.
That's
It was
so
a great
great.
show. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's just wild too, like how fast things have changed. If this show was on the air 2 years ago and Poppy was like, I didn't know if I could trust the government, so I didn't reapply for DACA, we would have been like, that's dumb. Just
Yeah.
apply. It's
Right,
fine.
right.
Thanks,
Everyone's doing it.
Obama.
Everyone's doing it. Yeah, thanks, Obama. And now when she says, I don't know if I can trust the government, it's like, wow, you're exactly right, and I don't know if you can either.
Yeah.
And things have changed fast, like the topic we're about to talk to. Mariana, her dating life. Let's do it. Oh my God. The Bachelorette.
Yes.
Which one? And she's got flavor.
Okay, everybody has an opinion on this, right? So let's go to the boys first.
Oh, really?
Yes, I want your opinion. So who do you think that Mariana should end up with and why?
Kalama, go, because you already have yours.
So for me, I'm a big fan of Logan. I think I'm partly biased because the actor who plays
Chris
Logan,
is so
Christopher
dope.
Meyer, he's like
Chris
one of the
is so
coolest
dope.
people ever, and I've known him for a little while now, and he's just like one of the sweetest people ever. So like, and I think his like charisma and just everything totally translates to the character and makes his character very likable. And so that for me, like I love his character and I love how he plays it. So that's my personal preference. Even though
Right.
she has history with Matt.
I have two philosophies that tie into why I think it should be Wyatt. I think number one, I don't think you should go back to an ex. I think that just brings in a lot of the same problems that you once had, and you're trying to figure a lot of stuff out that you had to deal with in the past.
Okay, wisdom.
And-
Yeah, you're way too
I
smart
mean,
for your age.
listen. The thing is, going back to a relationship that ended is wonderful because you remember all of the happy and wonderful moments and the memories you shared with that person. Like she said, Matt was her first love.
Right.
And that makes a lot of sense. But the thing that people don't always remember is all of the problems that you had are going to come back. You're going to have to deal with all of the same stuff that originally ended your relationship. And this time, you have to come back to it and deal with whatever else comes up.
So you're talking from experience.
Maybe. And
I'm like,
secondly,
can I get some paper so I can write this down?
Secondly,
It's on record.
I think it should be Wyatt
Right.
because there's a saying that if you fall in love with a person and someone else comes into your life and you love them as well and you don't know who to be with, you should go with the second person. Because if the first person was someone who you loved enough, you would have never fallen in love with the second.
I've never heard that, but that makes great sense.
Wait, say it again?
If you fall in love with someone and someone else comes into your life and you fall in love with them and you don't know who to be with, you should go with the second person. Because if the first person was someone
enough,
who you loved enough, you never
You wouldn't
would
have
have
seen the
thought
other
of that.
person.
Do
Right.
you now understand why I go to Hayden for life advice?
I'm about
Like,
to too. I'm
So
like,
I think it should be Wyatt. Plus, Alex is great. He's an awesome dude. I love how charming he is, and he's a very silly, quirky guy, and I think he's really funny. So I think it should be Wyatt.
Okay. Stephanie?
I want to be with Hayden. No, I don't know. That kind of messed me up a little bit.
You're welcome.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know. I can't argue that. That was some...
Story perspective, I don't want her to decide now. I want to continue this for a couple episodes.
Well, she decided in the preview, or so
I
we
was
think.
gonna say Matt because they didn't get a chance, but at the same time, the whole issue of her losing her virginity with Wyatt is gonna be an issue, and her and Wyatt had something playful in the beginning, so then it could continue and start from there and build into something else.
But Wyatt's not smart, and Mariana is.
He's a Pilates instructor, okay?
Hold
He has a
it.
lot to offer.
He's good with his
Save the
body.
Dolphins,
Save
Pilates
the-
instructor.
he
Damn, I don't
is
know.
emotionally
He
intelligent,
made a
I think, though.
16-month calendar.
If that's the case, then maybe Logan, because they're both...
Nah.
Already stuff happened with both of them, so maybe she should just go with the third one.
Logan was the correct answer. I'm so glad you got there. Did you have something, Hannah?
Yes.
Logan as well?
No. I think Wyatt as well. And yes, for the same reasons as you. But also, like, Logan's not really doing anything. He's on the rebound. He's like, yeah, let's hang out this night. Who cares? Whatever. Matt, he already gave her, like, his list of his next few weeks. There is no time for her in that schedule. It's not going to work out. Wyatt has, like, done an apology already, like, brought her a thoughtful little gift, then did a whole calendar of how he was, like, going to make time for her. Dude, he's doing it. That's him.
No, it's not Wyatt. Oh, what do you think, Jillian?
I am team explore your options, but I'm also team boy next door because I think that's super romantic.
Yes. Also, I just love that Mariana was upfront with the guys and was like, listen, this is how this is going to work. Where telling 3 guys that is uncommon. However, dating 3 guys at the same time in the very, very early stages is not uncommon at all.
Yeah, but she got caught up. So let's keep that straight, because at first I thought she voluntarily was like, let's have a meeting so I can tell the three of you this.
Right.
No, she got caught up. So I'm happy that was the case. 'Cause
That's
that
honest.
wouldn't really happen. But
It's very queer.
because it was
Sure.
addressed.
It is.
Yes, we've mentioned that.
We talked about that, yeah.
That's good. We'll see
Would
what
you guys
happens.
agree to that?
100%. I think that she should have initially. I think it's okay to date multiple people at once, especially seeing that she wasn't in a serious relationship with any of them. But I do agree that she should have told them all, listen, you should know that I am seeing other people, that I am dating other people.
See, I think that's like the understanding.
Right.
You know, if you've gone on 1 or 2 dates with somebody, and if somebody was like, "Hey, I'm seeing somebody else," other people, I'd be like, "Yeah, same."
Well, I
That's
also
how
like that she
works.
focused on saying that I have to take this slowly, at least saying it to Matt, because then that's very honest, meaning, you know, what do you want me to do? I don't want to just say no to all three of you or one of you.
And she wasn't ready to be tied down.
Right.
She wasn't ready for a relationship. And that's fair for her to have fun and like date multiple people. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hey, and I gotta tell you, when you say no to a man, they want you even more. So get it, girl. Unfortunately, I say that with a bit of bitterness in my voice.
Amazing. Should we transfer into that small preview of next week we saw?
Yeah, so Mariana chooses, or she says to Callie, I'm just going to choose Matt.
And yet, like there's a lot of the episode. Like she could change her mind.
Well, he could change your mind. I'm sure that
That's a great point,
Matt
too.
being as emotional as an artist and everything, he's gonna sleep on, and the next thing she's gonna say, "I choose you," and I have $100. His response is gonna be, "Actually, I was thinking about it, and."
But
No.
to Jillian's point, what happens when Mariana says, "Matt, I choose you," and he says, "Cool, can we schedule a date in 3 weeks?"
Right.
And then the show's over.
Then Logan's gonna be like, "Oh,
Do-
I came to get my football. I threw it
Yeah.
in your backyard."
I'm more actually concerned with the clip we saw of Mariana and Callie. Like, what are they digging? Graves?
what I wondered.
Is it all the boys?
Probably.
Like, what could that be? It looked like it'd be at the school.
Boys.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it
But like
night
the
too?
beaches where
She also
but
didn't
the
help that
be-
much because she left real quick. So.
Yeah, but the beaches where Wyatt and Mariana had sex for the first time. So I don't know if that
Ooh.
has
Oh.
something to do with the location why they're there.
No.
I don't know.
They're
I don't
digging
know.
something.
I'm sure it brings back memories for her. I'm sure they're gonna reference it.
Do you guys just not go to the beach and dig random holes?
in the dark? Was
yeah.
it dark?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nighttime. That's the best time because no one's there to catch you.
No. To
mean,
answer your
that's how I
question,
spend my
no.
weekends.
Yeah.
Y'all are weird.
You think they're like burying a time capsule?
Maybe
Ooh.
senior time capsules or. No, I couldn't give
Is
you
it
anything.
like
right
an
now, I'm
art
sorry.
project? Maybe it's for like another
Maybe it's for
protest.
her, like-
Maybe she's looking for like a specific type of sand.
Yeah, maybe it's
It's
for
like some
Callie's
Scooby-Doo
portfolio.
traps.
I don't know. They're no help. They're not telling us. So.
You guys
No.
need no help.
We're making jokes about
Yep.
how it's like Scooby-Doo traps for Shiloh when she comes to the next protest.
Oh, yeah.
Like laying leaves down on the beach. It's like,
Which, speaking of which, if I was there at that meeting, I would have been like, "Ma'am, where are you from? Because you look ethnic as F. Are you from America? Because you don't look like what you're trying to make stay here." I would like. That's what I would say.
I did think that too.
It
I
would
did
just make me
too.
so mad because I would love to be like, "What makes you think that every other white blonde woman isn't thinking that shit about you?" That's what she didn't think
Tell 'em,
about.
girl.
Sorry.
I agree.
I had a complex growing up.
Sandy. There you go.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
the real Dago's right here. 619 baby
Hilarious.
all day.
Without, I guess, giving spoilers that you can't give us, what can we look forward to in the Joa world?
Love her.
You're better spoken, so I'm gonna let you speak.
what?
first.
No,
You're better
No, no,
I might
no,
not
no.
remember a ton about what happened.
Wow, this is
so
adorable.
maybe-
No.
You know, I think
I know, right?
love
It's
you
like-
guys.
I think Hayden has already.
I'm messing up the mics.
He's a. Oh, here we go. I think coming up, like you get to see, you know, Jude and Noah go through a lot this season, like a lot, and I mean especially with Declan and Jude gaming and streaming. It's an entirely new lifestyle for Jude and a lot more responsibility for Jude, and there's a lot of other things thrown into the mix with this massive new change. When somebody has a massive change in their life, other changes will come because of that.
Okay.
It's almost like a chain reaction. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see how Jude and Noah traverse these changes and how they react and deal with these changes as a couple.
Because Judah's already had problems balancing a friend and his, his boyfriend and trying to
with
see them both.
Taylor.
Now he has to try and balance that with a job and also a really interesting on-screen kind of relationship, like flirtatious, energy that they have. Like, there's a lot for Jude to kind of make his way through, and Noah's there with him. So
and I think another part of it too is like, they're kids, but they're entering this like adult world almost, and so it's like them trying to figure out how to be mature in a relationship and kind of like, that's something I feel like we really get to see is like how to have a more of a mature relationship throughout the season, and watching the relationship grow as they kind of realize that. So getting to see how they kind of deal with that together.
I feel like hearing you guys talk about change and like entering like the adult world, it like also very much mirrors like your own experience on the show now that's ending. Like that's a massive change in your lives.
Totally.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've never been like this age in the entertainment industry.
Mhm.
Since we're always getting older at every moment. I don't want to learn that. Hilarious. Anything else for the guys while we have them here?
Have you guys started filming yet?
no.
Is that coming up?
Yes, very soon. We will go back and we'll film the 3 episodes that will air in the summer. We're very excited about that.
Will
It's-
Teri be there?
It's
Oh God.
unbelievable. I just recently read. I just recently read the first episode for it, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I
All right.
Like Fast and the Furious 8 crazy?
maybe.
Wow.
The thing
Wow.
is.
I'm just trying to see Kalama's face.
Yeah, Kalama's here
I'm
just
like, he's gonna break. I know it.
Kalama's just gonna spill everything. Don't ruin anything.
Okay.
It's. I was smacking my head into the wall reading this episode
Uh
because
very
there's
hot.
so much stuff that it's like it's the Fosters.
oh. Uh oh.
It's like you dumb, you idiot. So.
Callie.
Do we?
And Jude, if you do something to sabotage this relationship, Jude, Hayden.
Oh, I'm getting more theories, but I'm gonna keep them
Are you
myself.
able to say if
Oh, sorry.
Noah is in the next 3 unfilmed episodes?
I'm just gonna take a few steps back.
Okay.
Close my mouth.
He doesn't want to get in trouble.
I don't want. I don't want to. Hayden.
likes his
Hayden
job.
can get in trouble. Hayden can get in trouble because they're just like they're like we're not gonna kill Jude off.
You don't
But
know.
I speak wrong.
You don't know.
I might get struck by lightning or something. So
Watch him bring back Connor and the fans like go crazy.
No way.
In the
Oh,
very
goodness.
last
Dun, dun,
episode.
dun.
I will say that the only teaser or spoiler I will give is that and I think it's already been said and people already know. The kids are definitely more mature.
Oh shit, there's a time jump.
Oh my god.
I'm telling y'all, Steph's gonna die. We're doing a Dawson's Creek ending.
Oh my god, there's a wedding,
Wow.
Joa, nude.
They're gonna
Oh
be
my
extra
God.
together.
I'm shook. I don't even.
Oh my god, I hope Jenna's there
Jenna won't be there.
at the Joa wedding.
With Tess.
With Tess.
Oh my god, the time jump. Oh my god.
Let's wrap this up so we can actually get some answers. Sorry about it.
Hayden, Kalama Harris, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for your work on the continuing resolution. If the good people want to find you online, should we send them to your Twitter accounts?
Yeah, Twitter,
I
Instagram.
Yeah, Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
more
we're the
active
same.
on Twitter.
Fantastic. What are the account names?
Mine is just on both Instagram and Twitter. Kalama Epstein.
Harris.
KALAMAEPSTEIN.
And what is your actual legal first name?
Kalama Kahaola.
Perfect.
I don't think I've ever said that. Like I don't think people have heard that before.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
one more
Say
time
it
for the
one
people in the
more
back.
Kalama Kahaola is my real first name.
Kalama
but I go by
Kahaola.
Kalama.
But you'll get the ladies
What a
with
name.
that
I'm
one.
so
Alright.
hot
Yeah,
and
you
bothered by
will.
that.
Love that.
Yes.
Hayden, what are you at Hayden Byerly?
Yeah, Hayden Byerly or Byerly11.
Fantastic. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
And I am on Twitter at JeffMasters1. I also host the interview podcast, LGBTQ&A. New episodes every week.
He didn't get a chance to plug it earlier, so he had to get in there at the end.
Do you
and y'all
mind?
can no, not at all. And y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hot Chat Dude.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jillian Leff and hear me on my podcast, Boss Please. And actually, this past week, we talked about how to get a raise because we talked about it on the podcast. So I give you tips and tricks. You can find that on iTunes.
Excellent. You can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi. Deuces.
All right, we'll be back next week with another special guest.
Yeah,
can we tell them?
Poppy.
Woo, it's Poppy, which is what you can call me after this. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.